I have been fishing on this lake all of my life. I have never seen the storm. It was so big. The wind was blowing, the rain was coming, the boat was going this way, it was going that way, and we were frightened, we were scared, and we were crying out to God, save us, save us. But then we heard a voice. We heard a voice that was coming out of where the waves and all of the rain, and the voice said, be not afraid. And Simon, he jumped up. He said, that's the voice of Jesus. He said, that's the voice of Jesus. And then you know what he did? He stepped out of the boat onto the water. Let me tell you about Simon. He was always doing something and then thinking about it afterwards. Who steps out onto the boat when it's in the middle of the ocean, middle of the lake, and in the storm, and he's starting walking across the water to Jesus? But a wave came and it crashed against him, and he took his eyes off Jesus. Just as he took his eyes off of Jesus, he began to sink. And he started to call out, please help me, these waves are bad, help me. And Jesus goes and tries to take him by the arm and bring him over to the side of the boat. We picked him up, dragged him into the boat, and sat him down. Jesus got into the boat, and we were sitting there. And then we started to look at Simon and say, what were you thinking? Were you crazy to step out into that storm, out onto that water? But do you know that no sooner were we just relaxing on the boat, the storm, it got worse. It got much worse. The wind was blowing more. The rain was coming down. The boat was blowing this way, was blowing that way. And then all of a sudden we turned to Jesus and said, save us, Jesus, save us. You must save us. Do you know what Jesus did? Any of you? He raised his hand. That's all he did. In the middle of the storm, he raised his hand. And the storm stopped. Who can raise their hand and control the weather? Only Jesus. Jesus was Messiah, I had no doubt, yes?